And all 104 books comes from that. Then, that speech, that is the Quran Karim. Allah is saying, look around you. In that book, Allah is saying, look around you. You will find me. Allah is not saying, look inside this book and you will find me. What is inside that book now? One, we may say, what is inside that book? It is the condition of the hearts of man. Earlier nations, the nation that is happening at that time, in the Prophet's time, and the nations that is going to happen until the end of time, and what is going to happen in the hearts of man forever. Because the Quran does not have a beginning, it doesn't have an end. So now, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is making us all to understand that we are characters inside the Quran. We are a story inside the Quran Karim. Are you understanding? We are not separate from the Quran Karim. Are we understanding how heavy and how big that is? We are existing because Allah is mentioning us. And Allah has meant to keep especially this nation of His Prophet to be free from blame, to be free from corruption. How is that possible in these days when everything is corrupt? You will see then, you will understand then the mercy of Allah. Understand first, the book, it is not a book. We have finished with that understanding of something that is written and it is very special. We have lost that understanding that something that is written, it is something that is so out of this world. Why is that out of this world? Because it's making a sound, something that is a sound, to become an image. You understand? The sound. The Quran came as a sound. The Quran did not come as a book. And that sound is something that is represented here. Up till today, a Muslim saying proper manners, because it is a sound that is made to be clear. You cannot step over the Quran, you cannot put the Quran on the floor. You have to, as Allah is saying, you have to approach the Quran with purity. This is important because millions now approaching the Quran, but they're not approaching the Quran with purity. So what happens then to that Quran? When the ego takes control of it, you corrupt it. The writing itself is pure, it is there, but the meaning of the Quran is lost. And that is one of the biggest signs of Akhir Zaman, where the Quran is going to disappear. The Quran was revealed to the Prophet ﷺ. And it was not revealed to the Prophet ﷺ something that is written and he was reading from it. It was revealed to him. Revealed. What does revealing means? It is there. It is always there. But as we spoke about earlier, the veil is lifted. It is always there. It's not coming from outside. It is already there. And when Hazrat Jibreel alayhi salam brought him the Quran, and the first command, A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, Iqra. Iqra. Read. And what did the Prophet say? I cannot read. You think he came with a book and saying read and said, oh, I don't know how to read. You think our Prophet is like that? But any normal person, if the person is saying, read, let's say, the first letter in this book I'm giving you, it says read, and I'm saying read. So now say the word read. Any normal person, even if he doesn't understand, he cannot read, he hears, and he says, read. But the Prophet says, I cannot read. What is that? What is that meaning? Prophet ﷺ, what is he meaning? As Allah later says, we have revealed the Quran to the mountains, and the mountains they refuse. But we reveal to the Quran to the mankind, and they take it with eagerness, with haste. So the Prophet is saying, I cannot read. Meaning, this is the words of Allah, this is His commands, this is to bring now the sound of Allah into this world, and to put that into us. It says, this is too much for my physical being to carry. I am put into this form, I cannot carry it. Which the holy angel then grabbed him and hugged him. This was an angel that the Prophet, when he saw, he fell sick. When he just saw. That's why I'm not too impressed by so many saying, I saw angel, I saw prophet, I saw saint, and I'm looking at them and they're fine. Very rosy, very healthy. If you see shaitan, you change. Correct? Correct or no? You see evil, you must change. Face is white, everything. Now you see something that is holy and pure, and you're not changing. You're not changing. Your speech is not changing. Your words are not changing. Your lifestyle is not changing. You don't have the signs of purity that, let's say, spiritual radiation didn't take over you. Then we say, you saw something, but it's not that. And the Prophet saw Hazrat Jibreel and he got sick. Why he got sick? Don't think that his spirituality cannot carry it. He is Sayyidul Kainat. That means that there are limitations to this body, and this body has to change. As this body changed, when we were in our mother's womb, and it changed when we came out, and it keeps changing, and it'll change in the grave, and we are going to be given a body on Judgment Day. It is not spirits. On Judgment Day will be given. That is going to change as well. And it will change. You cannot just enter into that has to change. All this, Prophet is showing us that he himself, Sayyidul Kainat, Fakhri Alam, that to go to the Mi'raj, he had to change. His chest has to be split open. This is not just something spiritual. Physically, it has to happen to him. I'm saying, you are not changing. And then, from that first instance, he is able to grab the Prophet ﷺ. Something there happened. Definitely physical, definitely something that was chest to chest, heart to heart, something happened. Then it was passed. What was passed? The Quran Kareem was passed. The speech of Allah was passed. Open direct connection there now. Coming through Hazrat Jibreel alayhi salam, of course. But that is general understanding that the speech itself is coming from him to him. And one of the most important ayats in the Quran Kareem, the Surah of Amana Rasul. It was given directly from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to the Holy Prophet alayhi wasalam, not in this world, not in the paradise, not in Lawful Mahfuz, not in Sidratul Muntaha, but in divine presence. This is a very important ayat. How many of you are reciting it? We are supposed to recite it as murids every day. After every prayer that you recite, you're supposed to recite this. Except for Maghrib prayer, where you're going to recite Wallahu Lazi. You think you know so much. You don't know this. You're not doing this. You don't know too much. You don't know too much. Sit quiet and listen. This is a school. This is a school. You are not the teacher. So many schools, they're saying, whatever you knew before, it is going to be interference now with this new teaching I'm going to give you. Take out, leave, empty yourself, and then come. You're not emptying yourself. Whatever knowledge that you had, it is going to be a barricade between the knowledge, higher level knowledge that is coming to you. So now, this is Allah's speech now. Now He is speaking. And when He is speaking from Allah. On the one hand, when we say the Quran is the Prophet's words coming out from his mouth, technically we are not wrong, because the Prophet is speaking like that. Correct? This is something that unbelievers find it very hard, because they say only one man is speaking and he's saying it. They say in the Quran, we say no, it is the words of Allah. So on one hand is, they say you cannot say that. On the other hand, if we say when the Prophet spoke, he was not Prophet anymore, he is Allah. Because he's speaking the words of Allah. Don't say, oh, he became. We're saying he became. No, he's not. He is now, is absent. Because if he's present, he's not speaking for Allah. You understanding? It is everything that is replaying in us that we're supposed to remember that this has happened before. So many sleeping already. You cannot. So many things we can open. So, what is our book? What is our book going to be filled with? So many people are thinking the book that is going to be given to us on Judgment Day is the Quran. It's not the Quran. It is our book. But is our book going to be filled with the Quran or not? Understand? Yes. Is that book now going to be filled that when it is read, every page is going to say, La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah. In our words, our actions, our ideas, everything is coming back to La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah, La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah, Muhammadur Rasulullah, Muhammadur Rasulullah. Everything now. There is a huge shell there that the Quran is. There's something inside. Take that away, you find something inside. It will be revealed to you what is for you. Because the speech of Allah has no beginning and no end. And the Quran is continually speaking to us. It's given to us, to this nation, continually speaking. Allah is continually speaking to this nation. Never before is given that to early nations. Reminding us. What are we doing to reply? This much is enough, inshallah.